your own individual guide. I will be honest, the treatment guide is a Varroa management guide, so you have to scroll past the what is Varroa section at the very beginning to get to all the treatments. But it's very, very comprehensive. It's a great guide. Like I said, we use it for all of our education here. If in the future you don't remember this, it's on our website and our resources. I think just about every beekeeping organization has it or should have it on their resources page because it's great. Now we're going to go through our old business. Steve Rapasky was here last time. He gave a great talk. Please don't play. That makes me so mad. I put little videos in here with pictures and all kinds of cute stuff. You're just going to have to imagine, I guess, that you see them because I don't know why they never play when they're supposed to. I'll play video. No, that's not going to play at all. All that work. You can see these videos that I put together actually on all of our social medias. These are just copies of what I put out on social media. It's easier for me to copy it and put it right back here than it is for me to try to figure out how to do something else. So feel free to check those out. But we had a great time with Steve Rapasky. He signed a bunch of books. He taught us a lot about swarms. It was one of our, he's one of our tenured speakers. He's been here twice now. So we hope to have him back for a different talk next time. He has another talk that he gives on brood management. Is that correct? Yeah, I think it's brood management that we haven't got to have him have here yet. So we hope to have him back in the future. Thanks, Steve. We appreciate you. Our pollinator in City Park cleanup day went fantastic. It was, if you saw this video, beautiful. Shauna and I did a great job with one member of the community who came out in two different locations. We revamped the pollinator triangle, which is a super simple task. We just put out a bunch of mulch there, added a few different things, and cleaned up what was already there to make sure it was ready for the year. And then we added to a what would you call that? Like a square, like a pollinator park that is in a flower bed inside of the Westover City Park, which we added a lot of different plants to. That one actually needed a bit more love than the other one did. So it's grown up quite a bit. There's a lot of really cute pictures of that too that I put in this, so you'll have to imagine those and go check them out for yourselves. But thank you to all of the folks that donated and helped with that. We had members donate. Debbie Martin, I don't think she's here, but she donated some flowers for that project, as well as Keller Williams donated $100, I think, to the project, and we had
let us use his property, his water and stuff.
The Westover Pawn Shop. Is that what it's called?
It's like West Virginia Loan and Jewelry Loan.
West Virginia Jewelry and Loan. So thank you to them as well. They're always super supportive of the stuff that we do over there. I will say it was a great time. We had fun. But it was underattended, and I was really sad about that. And I don't know if that's on my end for not advertising well enough, or if you guys just don't come to enough stuff. So I'll do better at advertising in the future. But please try to come to some of these events because this one we have to do for the city of Morgan, or for the city of Westover as a part of our BCD USA agreement with the city council. So that's important. And two, it's good. There's 190 people in this club, so it's good for us to be out there and showing our face. But it was fun. We did have fun doing it. I poked myself in the eye. I had to go to the doctor the next day. So that was actually terrible, but the experience was very fun. I know I'm not. I didn't go to the doctor. No, if you came, I wouldn't have gotten poked in the eye, see? No. We also had a great turnout for World Bee Day. You guys have to go check out all those videos. I put a lot of time into them. They're on all of our socials. Maybe if at the end here, I'll try to go find them somewhere and show them. But Miss Davis, our beekeeper in training education coordinator, is a teacher at Eastwood Elementary, and they had an entire World Bee Day, actually World Bee Week for the most part. Like there was quite a few days there, that they had honey extraction and learn the parts of the bee and inside the hive and all kinds of different crazy things. Charlie and Pat went out for a little while with the observation hive and they had that there. All the kids wore little bee suits. Very, very, very cute. And it's cool to be able to partner with schools to do these kinds of activities because, at least in my experience, when I was a kid, we didn't get to learn about things like that quite as often. Like we had biology class, but they didn't make it fun like World Bee Day, extravaganza. So it's cool to get to see kids learning on that scale, taking interest in things that I also take interest in. So please go check out that video, and thanks to Ms. Davis and Eastwood Elementary for putting that on, and for asking us to support and help them out with that. Is there any old business that I missed? Because I think that's all I got for old, but.
This is kind of new, but the Bee Club has been invited to participate on Saturday, August 3rd, from about noon until 3 at Keller Williams Back to School event.
Ooh.
Yeah, they did it before Charlie brought the observation. Like, the kids loved it, so like I'll get some info.
Yeah, get some information to me, August 3rd.
August 3rd is the Saturday.
This Saturday.
No, August 3rd.
Oh, is a Saturday. I was like, wait a minute. August 3rd is not this Saturday. Okay, August 3rd. So we'll try to get that on the calendar. We like doing stuff like that. We also have a fall festival that we've been asked to be a part of that we do just about every year. I think we did it last year as well at the Southern States here in Morgantown. It isn't on our calendar yet because they hadn't officially asked. And I think I just got a message recently asking some stuff about that. So there's going to be a couple new things on there. But as far as other old business, anything else? No? Oh, I just. Okay. I thought I was in presenter mode, so I could just see all the things. All right. Amy's not here, but I got a treasurer's report for you. We brought in $11.60 in dues this past month from last month to this. Our expenses, we spent $120 on paying Steve. That's actually granted money that comes from the state. They grant us money for speakers every year. This will actually be the first year we've ever utilized those funds. So I wanted to utilize them in full so that they continue to grant us those funds. So we'll actually be getting a reimbursement for that. But Steve's a great speaker. He travels all the way down from Pittsburgh to come talk to us. So we thought it was a nice opportunity to kind of utilize that. We also paid state dues to West Virginia Beekeepers Association at $306. $6 a person for all of the West Virginia Beekeepers Association dues paying members. That does not count new beginner beekeepers this year because they're paid by the state, or did we pay for that in there as well? Is that part of that check, do you know?
It's part of the check, yeah.
Okay.
That's part of theirs. I thought it was part of the beginner class.
I thought the state paid that. Did we pay that? I don't really know. That's why I'm not the
I
treasurer.
think they're eligible for a scholarship to one of the conferences.
Yeah, they can go to the fall conference for free, yeah. Yeah, okay, so that does include the beginners from this year, which is a total of how many members?
It was with the beginners class and the big members, it was close to 200 people.
There's 190 couple, yeah. So it's quite a big club we have here. We also spent $35 on promotional materials, and that was for stickers that you've probably seen that we have circulating for the Honey Trail and for Bee City USA that we use for promotions. We also have $58.20, and that was actually a reimbursement. Somebody bought merchandise through our website. Here's a fun tip that I didn't know. So on our website, you can purchase shirts and mugs and hats and different things that say Montague County Beekeepers Association, right? You can also rent equipment like observation hives and extractors and things like that from the club. What you cannot do is both of them together at the same time. So if you want to buy things from our shop, you have to do that in one transaction and then make a separate transaction for the rental stuff. And the reason is because it tricks the computer into thinking that, I don't know, tricks the computer into thinking something, and then the order doesn't happen the way it's supposed to. So, long story short, the stuff didn't go, so I had to reimburse her, and she's just gonna reorder it the correct way. And it's not a big deal, but it now took a bunch of time. So, if you wanna order merchandise, just don't do it at the same time you rent the extractor. But we started at $9,050, ended at $85,42.77. Like I said, some of this money's coming back to us. Our account constantly fluctuates, but that's where we're hanging out for now. Anybody have any questions? Cool. Deb, do you have anything from the state?
Yes,
Yes.
the fall conference, WBBA is putting on the fall conference, it's first weekend of October, it's in Fairmont at the Monahan Building. They're still looking for volunteers, so if there's, you want to volunteer to help out, there's a lot of committees and they need volunteers, and they're also looking for nominations for the state office positions. You can contact me, Louisa Householder, or Nancy Postmate.
What position?
Steve, the treasurer, is one. They're
And
looking,
yes, treasure card.
they're looking for, which would come out of this group, they're looking for members at large. And then the next year, we need a president and secretary, yes. I think she's good for another year, so we'll be looking for a president, because she's timed out, Steve is timed out.
So the state's looking for a secretary and a president coming up in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Consider that if you want to get interested. Your Montague County is also looking for a secretary this coming year. This is Kevin's last year serving for us here, so we're going to need someone to fill his very, 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 very large shoes. Because the secretary does a lot of work. All of our officers do a lot of work, but Kevin does a whole lot of work. And we appreciate him greatly for that, but we only get 4-year terms, so someone's gonna have to step up and do that here this coming year. So if anybody is interested, get with us.
Ashmore.
What?
Ashmore.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Spring conference is coming up in the spring, it's being put on by Marion County. They're also looking for help for volunteers, but I don't have the information on when and where that is yet. WBBA is looking for options. That's going to come out in a survey on how we want to keep having one conference a year or two. If we want the clubs to handle, and do we want it in the spring or do we want it in the fall? And are we still giving the options to the clubs to put it on? Because you can earn money, you can get a lot of money by putting on a conference, or the WBBA will take it up if there's not a volunteer club. Put on the conference, and the beekeeping program and the entries for judging, if you want to enter something in these conferences, is changing. So get on the WBBA website and really read the new bylaws, the new rules.
The rules are pretty strict now, but they're very straightforward. I feel like they probably make it simpler from a judging standpoint. Which is nice. It's kind of all across the board. I've seen just about every state start using these rules now. So if you want to enter your honey or your products in any of our state competitions, you're definitely going to want to learn those rules.
Yeah, they're officially changed. They're officially trained judges instead of just having us do it, as people.
And I'm not sure that this is true, but I heard a whisper, so tell me I might be wrong, that they may be doing another judging class at the next
It won't
conference.
be this fall, and I don't know.
Okay. But they have offered, at our last conference, they did offer it, so
Yeah,
if they may offer it again if that's something that anyone is ever interested in.
that's all.
That's all. Any questions about state business? No? Awesome. The state conferences are very, very fun and very educational. I think I've learned most of the knowledge that I've retained from beekeeping. It's the book-based knowledge, if you will, from those conferences, state and otherwise. I think they're a great opportunity if you ever have it, to really gain some insight and knowledge about the APIS community.
There's always good vendors, so you can pick up some good.
Yes, yeah, there's always great vendors at those conferences as well. You can always pick up nice things, niche things. We have some of those things here with us this evening that we'll be using for our demonstrations. Swarms and removals. We're getting that organized as much as we can. If you're interested in being on a swarm list or a removal list, we have a sign-up sheet over here. It's one of them, I think. If it's not, I'll put another piece of paper over there. Just put your name, your phone number, or your contact information if you'd rather be emailed, and your general area or your address if you want to give your full address. We have most of that information, so if you don't want to fill it all out, you don't have to. We can pull it from someplace else. But basically, we want to know, hey, if there's a swarm in this area, who do we call, right? So if you're interested in grabbing swarms, or if you're interested in doing removals or things like that, please give us your information so that we can get you in with the folks that help coordinate that. Yes.
Real quick. Just one more time. Speaking of this, the conferences, one thing you can do, if you're getting ready to order equipment, like you need a box of foundation or whatever, if Man Lake's at that conference, you can place the order ahead of time. They will have that conference for you to pick up. It'll save you a ton of money on shipping. So, those vendors at the conferences, most likely they'll take a pre-order and pick up the conference. So that's something to keep in mind.
And we'll do the pre-order at the conference price, which is normally like a percentage off.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, the big ones all compete with each other to see who can get the most sales, of course. So it ends up working out pretty well for us little guys. But also keep an eye on our socials. I don't know if I mentioned this previously. I didn't, I don't think. But we post a lot of information on our socials as well. So if you are in our Facebook group, you'll see where folks are looking to pick up swarms, or because people will email us directly saying, hey, I have a swarm, it's at Timberline Apartments. I think we've had 2 at Timberline Apartments this year already. So there must be some tree there that they like. So
Probably from my high farm.
well,
Those are my bees.
put your name on that list. You can go pick them up.
I get them.
No, but we've had 2 there. The folks will call or they'll email or whatever their means of communication is. And then we have to decide what the easiest way to get it out to the masses as quick as possible is, right? Because swarms don't stay very long. These days, social media is the best way to do that. So Facebook's normally how we connect for those things. Check Facebook. If we don't get somebody right away, then we start trying to call people who are on the list. But normally somebody grabs it on Facebook pretty quick. So if you are interested in swarms, please hop on there. If you're not a member of our group and you can't find it, you can find it directly from our website. There's a link to the Facebook group from our website. You can also ask one of us. You have to be added, and Debbie does that, and she'll take care of it for us. So, but just, I guess, click to add yourself and then show address. You have to be a member of the club. That's why we have to have it set up that way. Any questions on swarms and removals? This also includes like cutouts and removals if you're interested in doing that kind of stuff too. So, honey.com educational stuff. I've actually had 2 people order honey.com educational things already. Thank you to the folks that have ordered. If you haven't and you would like to, it's $14.99, I think, after taxes and whatever. And they send you a box. You can see there's one sitting on the floor over there, about that size. It's full of educational materials. It's probably $500 or $600 worth of educational materials, just for the price that it costs to ship it. It's free resources for beekeeping clubs and organizations. They only allow each individual email to register once per year. So if I order, I can only order once per year. So if any of you guys would like to, you can go to honey.com/shop, order it. the club will reimburse you for those educational materials. We do lots of community outreach and education, and these sheets save us a ton of money.
And it's fast. I just.
It's fast. It comes real quick.
It's on its way already. I gotta think.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even know you were.
I just saved it.
You're the best. Thank you so much. These, and if you want to see the sheets, I don't think I have any setting out, but they're sitting over there. You can look at them. They're really brilliant educational sheets. They also have pamphlets for like honey sales. So if any of you guys want some extra flair for your honey bottles, let me know. They send us a bunch of that kind of stuff as well. You can put right on the top of your. It's like a little thing that's like learn more about your honey, and it has little fun facts about it that you can kind of add. New beekeepers need mentors. If you are new and you need a mentor, we have a sign up sheet for that. Put your location. We're putting out a list to all of our members saying, hey, these are the folks that need assistance. If you wouldn't mind helping where you can, so we can try to help some of our new beekeepers. So if you're in that boat, please sign up. If you're not in that boat and you see a list that floats around, please consider helping some of these new people. There are a lot of beekeepers in our area, and we don't want them to be terrible beekeepers. So let's help them and help each other as much as possible, right? Because we all learn and grow together. It's just the best way to do it. Any questions on mentor-mentee stuff? Make sure to register and update your hives. This is the time of year where your hive numbers are going like this. You want to keep your registration up to date with the Department of Agriculture, mostly because if you have a bear attack and you don't have enough hives registered, you're not going to get reimbursed for that. So you want to make sure you have that, but just because it's good practice to keep your registration up to date. If you registered for an inspection and you need one, get with Paxton. That's his phone number there. He can help out with that kind of stuff if you need like a health inspection or a new beginner inspection or something like that. Any registration questions? Good. Got it. All right. Orders. There are also order forms over here and online. A lot of you have also already seen going online to our members portal. Please utilize that members portal as much as possible. You're all registered for it. It's through our website when you go there. There's a lot of sign-up sheets. We have a Formic Pro order. We have a Pro Suite order that we've been running since the beginning of this year, so that folks could get in what they wanted early. We're going to be working on these orders in the coming months. My plan is to have the Formic Pro ordered and in by our picnic, which is next month. So, and that's because folks like to start treating around that time. So if you're interested in ordering Formic Pro, please get with us. If you're interested in ordering other treatments and you have trouble finding them, also please get with us because we're happy to help with any treatments you would like. The bulk order that we normally do is Formic Pro, and you can fill that out online or you can fill it out over here. If you're not sure about how many treatment pads you need or if this language is over your head now, we're going to be talking about Formic Pro in a little bit, so then it won't be. So then you can fill out afterward. Pro Suite is basically a formulated sugar water that Man Lake makes. We buy it almost every single year in bulk and provide to our members. We are planning on doing that as well. We have to plan a trip. We got to find somebody who has a truck who's willing to help haul it. So we're going to start working on that in the very near future. Not as quickly as the Formic Pro orders, but also very, very soon. If anybody is in urgent need of Pro Suite, you can let us know that as well. But we will be working on these orders, and these order forms are only going to be open for the next month or so. So please get your orders in now. And you'll see that come out in our newsletter and probably in a separate email somewhere. Question?
Is Pro Suite a substitute for sugar water?
Yes.
Okay, so it just saves the labor.
Yes.
No, it doesn't
There's
have
nothing
to be
else.
reduced, and it contains a lot of amino acids. It doesn't have to be reduced the way sugar water does in the hive, so there's less chance there's no fermentation.
Basically, they can store it immediately.
Just went over my head on that.
It's ready to. It's so close to honey. It's not, but the composition of it is thick and ready to go, so they can store it.
That
right away.
rather than just sugar That's the fee to bees, right?
Yeah. Why, you said why or why not?
Why would you use that instead of sugar water?
It contains a lot of amino acids and things that Fan Lake is very proprietary about, won't say what all's in it, but it has more in it than just sugar and water,
It's like a protein drink for bees.
kind of, yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yep, it stores for a very long time. I have Pro Sweet at my house now that I think I've had for a year and a half. It's still good in a 5-gallon bucket, you know. We order them in 5-gallon buckets. So we provide the buckets. You tell me how many buckets you want, and you get it. So you guys would need one, you know, to share. You wouldn't even need more. But,
Much
We order a big giant tote and put it in.
well, yeah, sorry, let me rephrase it. We order a big giant tote, and then we put it in buckets.
They would get it, that's the thing.
Yes.
Pro Sweet, if you buy it from Man Lake, a 5-gallon bucket will run you right around $130. Last year, we bought, the club bought all the Pro Sweet, put it in 5-gallon buckets, and what was it, $40 a bucket?
It was $40 a buck. 40.
And you get
bucks
the free
a
5-gallon
bucket.
buckets. That's it.
Yeah. We sell it at cost to members, and we normally sell out so we don't end up selling to anybody else. But that's just a perk of being a member, right? So, you get your money's worth. We try to do this, like I said, every single year. If we didn't do it this year, it'd be the first year we didn't. So we would really like to get that organized. If anyone has a big truck and is interested in helping with the Pro Sweet Run, please get with me because I can always use assistance with that. I think 1,300 pounds that one tote weighs. So yeah, it's about 1,300 pounds that one tote weighs. So we normally only haul one, and bring it back, which fills about Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania is where it is. So
That's what, 275 gallons.
yeah. I don't know how many gallons off the top of my head. Was it 50 some buckets? How far? Wilkes Barre.
And it's 12 bucks, about 12 pounds a gallon. So.
Yes. And we also pay the driver.
So you look at it like.
How far is that to Wilkes? 246 miles.
It usually took us 12 hours, because he and I would leave early in the morning and we came back that evening and we were gone.
Yep.
Because depending on the day, if it's a cool day, that stuff flows.
And we pay gas and food and wear and tear and the whole nine. But you gotta have a truck to be able to do it. So if anybody does and is interested, let me know. We like I said, we're gonna figure it out one way or the other. We definitely want to have a Pro Sweet order, just because it's such a utilitarian item for us here. Whenever is convenient for the person who is going to get it.
Because it will keep.
Yes, it will keep, and we can figure out the details around the person that's willing to go. Yeah, we can work around. We'll figure that out. Yeah, let he who carries the 1,300 pound tote tell us what to do. You know. So, any other questions about Formica Pro Sweet? All right, get in on those order forms, please. All right, I've been talking about the West Virginia Honey Trail a lot, but I'm not going to talk about the honey trail itself today. I want to talk about your honey. If you have honey to sell and you are looking for a market for said honey, please get on that form that's over there. I have 2 or 3 different vendors now that are looking for honey to keep in their respective locations. Because the honey trail has gotten so large and all of these different businesses and organizations want to be part of the trail, I've got hotels that want to have it, with their breakfast items that they serve on their continental breakfasts, and I've got stores that want to keep it in their stores, and you want to spread that love out to as many different people as possible. You don't want one person's honey to be all over town. It's more fun when it's all spread out. It's the kind of purpose of the trail, right? So if anybody has honey that they would like to market, there's a list. Please let us know. The only requirement is that your bees are registered with the Department of Agriculture, and that the place that you're selling it, which is one of these businesses, if that's what you're looking for, is a registered business, which to get on the honey trail, you'd have to be. So we cover that part for you. Any questions? Also, if you haven't, check out the Honey Trail, shameless plug. They've been working on it a lot. We still got some bugs to work out with the trail itself, but overall, it gets so much use. It's very, very popular. The general public is using it a lot, and that's what it's about. So I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to see folks post online about their different experiences. You know, oh, I went to the tea shop and got this person's honey, or oh, I went here, or oh, I went there. It's neat to see the general people getting involved and caring about their local honey and in turn supporting us. Club picnic. Kevin has a sign-up sheet. It's actually with all the other sign-up sheets. There's like 1 million sign-up sheets there. Please make sure that you go through all of those. It's next month's meeting, okay? It'll be here. We'll be outside. We'll have everything set up out there for picnics. We're bringing the entrees. You guys have to bring the sides. Is it a paper sign-up, or did you sent out a link, didn't you?
I sent out a link too.
Okay, there's also a link that you guys got in an email that you'll also get again in the newsletter with a sign-up genius where you can say what you're bringing. But if you don't do that, there's a paper sign-up form here as well. So please come. It's a lot of fun. We'll have a lot of door prizes. Please bring door prizes. We love having lots of door prizes. If you bring them, we have more. If you sell things, you're also welcome to sell things there. We try to have it as open as possible. We want it to be a fun day, a fun evening. So if you have, I know we had Deb bring her the Mystic Bee. Is that what it's called? Mystic Bee? I think it's called the Mystic Bee. She's not listening to me, but the Mystic Bee. We had her set up here. I think it was last year. And sell like earrings and all kinds of cool stuff. I bought way too much stuff. So if you guys have any small businesses that you want to support, we'd like to have that stuff too. But it's going to be a fun time of fellowship. So hopefully you guys will all come out. Any questions about the picnic? Chicken and hot dogs. You didn't ask, but I'll tell you. All right. It has been brought up that we may want to consider different options for our meetings. These meetings get to be really, really long, which I understand. And this part, the talking part, gets to be really, really boring. So I'm wondering if you guys have any care or any suggestion about the structure of our meetings. Should we leave them as they are? Should we consider moving the business portion to a virtual meeting that's at a different time, and make this portion more of just like a fun meeting, presentation meeting, fun meeting where we can spend more time learning and focusing on bees and a little bit less time in person, focusing on the back end stuff. And if we're going to do that, and even if we aren't going to do that, this is something that I added. Should we consider having a board of directors? That is not something that the Montague County Beekeepers Association currently has. I think most other associations do have some sort of board of directors. And I'm wondering if we should consider putting something like that in place, because there are always transition officers. So it would be nice to put something in place that was a little more background, I guess, for things that weren't as transitionary. I think we'd have to put some stipulations on it, and that you'd have to have been a member for a certain amount of years. I don't know what other stipulations we could put on it, but at least that we could figure it out. I know, like I said, other clubs and associations do it. Do either of you, or do any of you have thoughts on either of those things?
I thought you all were already a board of directors.
Wait, I'm sorry, what did you say?
I thought you all were already board of directors. The design is fluid in the back.
So the officers would be considered what we would call the board of directors, right? So if any rash decision needs made, the officers do it, right? 3 of your officers were elected in the same year. Okay, so 3, not this year. Kevin's this year, and then next year it's the rest of us. So then, now you have a whole new group, that doesn't necessarily, not that any of us are gonna run away, right? But, we don't have, a lot of the folks that were here before us, aren't here, right? So we can't guarantee that they will be here, and in the future, we wanna make sure that we guarantee the success of, I guess, the club as a whole. So I'm wondering if we should put something in place to make sure that no matter what, there's always people to kind of help, if that makes sense.
It does sound like you already have a board of directors. Do you all have bylaws?
We have bylaws.
Okay, and then your bylaws, do you have, are your terms staggered?
They are not staggered.
Okay, so that's.
I mean,
so all you
they've been
need to-
staggered
All you
by,
need to do is is change your bylaws to stagger your terms, so therefore you don't have all three people leaving at the same time, and you can do that.
so someone would have to make a motion to change our bylaws.
You'd have to read the bylaws to see what the process is to change the bylaws. My guess is it's probably just a simple vote of the members. And then
Yeah,
you
it
could
is.
just. then
It's,
you could
yeah,
just
it's a
change-
majority vote.
So, yeah, so the first thing you would need to do is decide who gets what term, and then you need the members to vote on that. That you can change, for example, your term and make you an extra year,
Right.
right? You may have to, you may have to draw straws.
So we had actually our January meeting this year was a bylaw review where we voted on the
That's right.
bylaws.
Yes.
And we voted to keep everything exactly as it was. So,
Yeah, so you would just need a.
here we are in July or June, right? So,
You're asking any question now, so that.
right, so then it changes, exactly.
Right.
So, should we reopen reviewing our bylaws to make some changes there to staggering our officers, I guess is the question.
That is the same.
As officers, we can't make motions, so somebody has to make the motion.
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Who's seconding that? Okay.
thank you, sorry. Official stuff we have to write down. Okay, so we will work on that for, not July, because it's a picnic, but August.
Because we get into summer issues.
Yes, we do. We're gonna let her go first though, so we'll do afterward, we'll talk about it. Wait, I haven't announced you yet, have I? Who's gonna be running the summer issues talk? I'm excited. It's a surprise. All right, so we will revisit that at the meeting in August. Unless, did anybody have any thoughts on the virtual business meeting? Do we want to keep things as is for now and revisit that when we revisit bylaws in August? Or do we like that idea, not like that idea? I saw some like,
I'll say one thing, that's because the stuff that Debbie went over from the state went over in the state does a virtual meeting usually once a month, once every couple of months. I generally try to sit in on them because you get a lot of good information. There were maybe 4 people on the last one out of the entire state. So if we're gonna get that kind of attendance, you're gonna have anybody at the virtual business.
right,
That's what it is.
leave it the way it is. Okay. I'm cool with that. All right. Any other questions or concerns on this slide? I don't really know what to call this slide. All right, let's look forward then. And it's too small for me to see here. So I'll go here. All right, we have the club picnic, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. this coming month. Make sure you bring your signs. Make sure you sign up. In August, we have the end of summer issues with Joyce Fry. She will Joyce Fry. Hi, Joyce. She will be gracing us with her presence and talking about all of those terrible end of summer issues that plague us every single year, and some tips and tricks to help get us through that end of summer time. So make sure you come to that one. Joyce is a tenured beekeeper. She's one of our West Virginia master beekeepers, and she was an inspector for a period of time, a state inspector. So she knows her stuff, and we're super excited to have her coming down to see us. On August 11th, we are planning Bee City USA Day in Westover. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I think we're gonna have to do something really small if we're gonna do it this August, because it's just too close and,
Yes.
you know, we start today. So, Summer Hartley, that I recently became acquainted with, is running for West Virginia House of Delegates. she's a Westover resident. She is very interested in that whole Christmas thing that like Felicia from the mall wanted to do, that we thought maybe we could piggyback off something like this.
Okay.
So we could still do something if there's interest, but it's gonna have to be small. I mean, it's so close.
Yeah. We will revisit
But we could
BCUSA.
definitely do something next year for it.
Yes, yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
have plenty of time, and then we're gonna do that Christmas thing, so we can just use everything we do from that and Morgantown Mall to expand on
Right.
another event.
Yes.
It's just too close, it makes me so sad, but I don't think there's enough time to get much going.
Yeah. Okay, so we will be moving BCUSA Day, so please disregard that name. But, it's been something that's been in the planning for a while. We have a lot of people who send a lot of emails about it. Folks get really, really excited. I know it'll happen eventually, but for us, we plan so many different things. It's hard for us as volunteers to plan everything and do everything all together. So, it takes a long time and hopefully we'll get there with BCUSA Day, but, we'll move that one back over to the tentative events for now. We also have the West Virginia State Honey Festival on the 24th and 25th of August. Yeah, August. One of the biggest festivals in the state as far as beekeepers are concerned. If you have honey to sell, that's the place to sell it. We will have a booth there. Charlie will be doing the bee beard there. It's a few days of fun. It was really, really big last year. I think it's grown every year over the past few years, so hopefully this year it's bigger than it was before. But I know I took honey and we've basically just about sold out every year that we've taken honey. So fingers crossed anybody else that chooses to come as well, but we pay for the booth. So if you're coming, let us know. We can always use the extra volunteers. September club meeting, to be determined. We'll give you guys more information on that as we get closer. And same with our October club meeting. Those are the last two of the year before our holiday cluster. In November, it's our holiday party. We'll start talking about our holiday party here soon as well, but let's get the picnic out of the way first. We eat one holiday at a time, and then we'll move on to the next one. The only other thing I have is a tentative event, Montague County Fair. We're planning on putting an unmanned booth there. However, at the last meeting, I had a couple members that were interested in selling their honey there because they weren't planning on going all the way down to Parkersburg, which makes a lot of sense to me, right? They give us the space here anyway. So if you aren't planning on going to Parkersburg that weekend and you would like to sell your honey at the Montague County Fair, please let me know. I have the space available. I can get you in. We can set up a Mon County booth here for you and take care of the space. So if you are interested in that, we'll take care of you there as well. That's the only thing I have listed as tentative events. I also mentioned there is a agricultural fall festival that I just got asked about. That ends up being, I think, in October. I think it's a little bit later. And then the state conference in October as well. So I'll be adding those to this list of events before I send out our newsletter. So make sure that you check out that and keep an eye on our updated events. Here's all the things that we want you guys to help with on top of all the other things I've already asked you guys to help with. Please help with all of these things. If you have any interest in growing our beekeeping community, these are great ways to be involved. A lot of us get tired of trying to come up with ideas. Not that we don't enjoy what we do, but it's like hard to come up with meeting ideas every single month, right, Linda? Or community outreach ideas, Shauna, right? So getting new, fresh ideas is critical to growth. So if you guys have any ideas or want to be involved, even in the most minuscule way, please let us know. And we still are putting together a financial committee. I wanted to give 2 months worth of shout outs for that before I send out any emails. So if any of you guys have any financial background and would like to be a part of a financial committee, we're putting together a financial review of our entire budget since basically we came in as officers, yes. And that's just because we've grown a lot. We have a lot of money in our bank account. We've never had this much money, so we've never really had to do a review. So I think it's important that as we grow, we kind of take those steps. We're a nonprofit organization, so we don't necessarily have to, pay taxes every year, but that doesn't mean our records don't have to be tight. So we need to make sure our records are good. And now we're gonna take a real quick break so you can grab some snacks, and I can run to the restroom, and you can run to the restroom if you have to. And we're gonna get ready for our treatment workshop. Make sure you grab your Honeybee Health Coalition sheet. Like I said, you can check that out on your phone. We're gonna be at these stations in the back. There's 6 of us that are set up. And we'll be talking about different types of treatments that you can utilize. You'll see former pros on this list. So if you have questions about that as you're getting treatments, make sure to ask plenty of questions there, and you can sign up over here. And please, again, make sure you take advantage of all of our signups. All right, take a minute, then we'll get started. And 50-50 tickets for sale. Make sure you got your prizes.
We gotta see it. I can't see it through my eyes. Can you? When you hold the frame, can you put it in frame and see what it is? Signature mean you don't know what it looks like. The pictures in other words, we're not recognizing it. It seems to me in those pictures, white one. Or it's a white hair. I don't think we're in the light enough to recognize anything. Yeah, I'm seeing he's the big guy. He's the guy. Yeah.
I'll come back to you next week.
Yeah. That's the guy who gets the yeah. He's the guy who was
A week minute, but nice to,
Sean
but,
is the one who raps.
okay, yeah.
Okay.
Or one shorter, right? So in theory, yeah, that's about this year. No, I don't think so. I don't think that's how it works either, no. Let me get my phone.
All right, here.
Yes, we
All right.
But now you got to
Yeah.
What's the best? Show me how to use it. Yeah. I don't need a menu. Well, we have. How you doing, Steve?
Because with this, it's not really, it's more of this water. These are one of the tree beds There's not been years of it yet, but I've been this long. Place here, like this year. You're not gonna wanna give up 60. Uh,